Hey everybody, it's time for page 42. We're going to read about the swimming pool heroes. All right. So these must be the heroes. Heroes is 英雄. Do they look like heroes? I don't know. They just look like two little girls to me. But apparently they're swimming pool heroes. 游泳池的英雄. I wonder what they did. What do you think they did? How could somebody be a swimming pool hero? I know. If there was a person in the pool and he was dying underwater, then if the girls saved him, then they would be heroes. Do you think that's what happened? I think that's probably what happened. But to find out for sure, we're going to have to read the thing, all right? Read the article. So let's read about it. It's a little bit small, but let's read it together. You can stop it, read it yourself, then come back later, and I'll read it to you. Let's begin. Mia Perrine, aged 9, and her 6-year-old sister Tiffany were in the swimming pool in the back garden of their house in Grandville, Michigan, USA. Their father David was with them. It was a lovely day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Suddenly, David shouted. He was in trouble. It was his legs. His legs weren't right. He was in pain. Then he was under the water. The girls weren't scared, but they were worried. Was it just a joke, or was he really in trouble? 20 seconds later, he was still under the water. Now, Mia was scared. There was no time to wait. In seconds, Mia was under the water with her father. He was heavy, but with the help of the water, she was able to pull him to one side of the pool. Now his head was out of the water. He was alive, but he wasn't conscious. There was a mobile phone in the house. Tiffany called the emergency services. 10 minutes later, an ambulance was there. Soon their father was conscious again. The girls were relieved. David still doesn't know what was wrong with his legs on that day, but he knows that his daughters were heroes and thanks them every day for saving his life. He is a very proud father. All right, that was pretty cool. Let's read the article again, but let's put the sentences in the correct order. And there's one thing not mentioned in the article. Where do you think it goes? All right, so let's read it again. I'm going to help you read and translate, and then we're going to put these in the correct order. For instance, 1, 2, 3, 4. And also, there's going to be one thing that wasn't mentioned in the article. All right, so let's read again. Mia Perrine, aged 9, and her 6-year-old sister Tiffany were in the swimming pool in the back garden of their house in Grandville, Michigan, USA. Their father was with them. It was a lovely day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. 这两个孩子们在他们的在 Grandville, Michigan 里面的后面花园 back garden， 然后他们的爸爸跟他们在一起，是一个很漂亮的天空里一个云都没有，全是太阳。突然间 ，David 尖叫了，他在麻烦之中，是他的腿简直不对的，他很痛。然后他在水下，孩子们不是害怕，但是他们是焦虑了。这是一个笑话，还是他真正的在麻烦之中？20秒钟后，他还是在水下。现在Mia是害怕的，没有可以等待的时候，他需要马上做东西。他很快就在水下跟他的爸爸在一起。尽管他很重，但是他可以拉他到游泳池的一边。现在他的头是在水外面，他是活着的，但是他不是醒了的，他是没有 unconscious. He is not conscious. Conscious 的意思是醒了 unconscious 的意思是这样。有一个手机在房子里面 Tiffany 叫了警察叫了救护车10分钟后一个救护车就在很快他们的爸爸又醒了女孩子们是很放松的 David 还是不知道那天发生了什么但是他知道他的女儿们是英雄而且他每天都感谢他们因为他们救了他的命他是一个很自信的很不是骄傲很proud 很自豪的爸爸 Okay, that's what that means. Now let's go here and let's put them in order. What happens first? Mia goes under the water to help her dad? Probably not. Tiffany calls an ambulance? Tiffany phones for an ambulance? No. Their mother gets home? No. David has a problem with his legs? Maybe. David disappears under the water? No. Mia and Tiffany are swimming with their dad, David? Yes, that's what happens first. Number 1. Stop it, do it, come back. They are swimming and then David has a problem with his legs. 他有关他的腿的问题. Then David disappears under the water. Then Mia goes underwater to help her dad or Tiffany phones for an ambulance. I think first Mia went under the water and then Tiffany phoned for an ambulance. And there's one thing that never happens, and that is their mother arrives home. 他们的妈妈达到他们的家. That doesn't happen. When do you think that happens? I think that probably happens last. So it's probably number 6. Nice job. Let's make inferences. Who says these sentences? Do you think it's Mark, Mia, Tiffany, or Dad? Oh, Mayo Mark. Mark them with a M for Mia, T for Tiffany, and D for Dad. All right? Help! I'm in trouble! Who do you think would say that? Goodbye! 很明显, it's Dad. What's wrong, Dad? Who do you think said this? I think it was one of the girls. I don't know whether it was Mia or Tiffany. Both of them could have said it, so here we can write an M or a T. Help him! Go under the water! All right, who would have said that? It would not have been the person who didn't go under the water. It would have been the other person. If I remember correctly, I think it was Mia who went under the water. Yes, Mia was under the water. So it must have been Tiffany that said that. Tiffany说了, help him go under the water. Maybe Tiffany is not so good at swimming. Call an ambulance. Who would have said that? Well, Dad couldn't have said that because Dad was unconscious. It must have been Mia because Mia was in the water with Dad. My dad needs help. Who would have said that? Well, it could have been Mia. It could have been Tiffany. But who do you think probably said it? I think it was probably Tiffany because Mia 为什么要这样说 Tiffany Mia 可以讲给 Tiffany 这一点但是 Tiffany 当然知道 my dad needs help. I think it was Tiffany who said my dad needs help on the phone with the ambulance people. My heroes. 我的英雄们. That's gotta be Daddy. Daddy said it. Nice job with that one. Now let's write one more thing to say to each person. One more thing to say to each person. 我们多写一个我们要给这个人说的话. What would you say to Mia? Well, it's up to you. Why don't you 发我一个声音发我一个视频告诉我你觉得你对这些人会说什么话吧? Okay, now I'm going to let you know what I would say. I would say, Mia, be careful. Your dad is heavy. Try to help him, but don't hurt yourself. Tiffany, I would say, Tiffany, thank you so much for calling the ambulance. You are a real hero. David, your legs hurt, but you still have arms. Just swim. 很可能如果他可以他会做，但是我有点开玩笑，我说 Your legs hurt, but you can still use your arms to swim, you idiot. Maybe he forgot he had arms. The ambulance driver. What would I say to him? Hurry, 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 go faster. And the girl's mother. I would say, Where are you? Where are you, girl's mother? David is drowning. Come home soon. That's what I would say. Do you think what I would say to these people is helpful or just crazy and stupid? All right. Send me a message. This is a speaking. Send me a message. Send me a video. Send me your sound. Whatever you want to do, send it to me, and I will see you around. It's goodbye time. Bye.